Hey guys, I wanted to show you the Carnevil build I'm working on. The item this is all focused around is the helmet Carnevil. It has an awesome passive that your fetishes shoot a poison dart every time you do. I'm going to show you guys that real quick, it's pretty cool. So you summon some fetishes and then you use your poison dart. They all use it. And it doesn't matter what kind of fetish they are, they'll all shoot the poison dart. And it's pretty effective with just these 8 guys, but once you get more, it's even more effective. Um, I'm using fetish sycophants to get a bunch of extra ones, and especially once you have the fetishes from Fetish Army, these pop up really fast, and you get a whole ton really quick. I'm not even close to getting this build finished, but what I have so far, that's kind of nice. It's enough to play with so far. Namely Starmetal Kukri, which reduces the cooldown of Fetish Army and Big Bad Voodoo by 1 second every time one of my fetishes deals damage. So every time I shoot with my poison dart, and a bunch of those poison darts hit from all my fetishes, it drops the cooldown really fast. And so I can basically have my Fetish Army and my Big Bad Voodoo up all the time. I'm just using Homunculus for fun. Makes a zombie dog automatically summon to my side every 2 seconds. Not super beneficial to this build, but I have Tall Man's Finger, which is pretty fun. It's only level 42. I want to find the level 71, but we'll see. What it does is it causes zombie dogs to summon a giant zombie dog instead of uh, the 3 little ones. And it ends up doing more damage than those 3 combined would, but then you only have 1 dog. So it's kind of a trade-off, but I also have the short man's finger, which basically does the opposite to the gargantuan. So instead of 1 big gargantuan, you get 3 smaller gargantuans, but it's crazy because each individual gargantuan is now more powerful than your original gargantuan was. And they're little teeny tiny gargantuan dudes. So it's basically reversing the zombie dogs in the gargantuan role of 1 and 3. What I need to get for this build to be even more effective, number 1 is Zunimas's Haunt, because once I get the 2-set bonus, I get my Fetish Army lasting forever, and then I don't really need Starmetal Kukri anymore. But once I get, I believe, the 4-set bonus, I get the 2% reduced damage for each fetish you have. And when you have Fetish Army and your Fetish Sycophants going off, increases your toughness like crazy. And then the 6th set is increased damage from all of your pets whenever you use a mana spender on an enemy. And because of Carnevil, you can only get you can only be using 5 of the other pieces of the set, so you will need a Ring of Royal Grandeur to get that 6-set bonus, as well as use the Carnevil Helm. And then the other one to replace Starmetal Kukri is the Dagger of Darts. The big thing that does is that it makes all of your poison darts pierce. So all of the fetishes poison darts will pierce as well. And it ends up doing a ton more damage. And so that's kind of what I'm working towards. I will end up replacing basically all of my items, especially the rings, or I'll need the Ring of Royal Grandeur, and I'm not sure what else I'm going to be putting in these other slots, but Zunimas's Haunt and Dagger of Darts are the 2 big ones that I need to add to this. And let me show you guys real quick just how this kind of works out, how it looks in action. And it'll look a little bit different if I had Dagger of Darts and Zunimas's Haunt, but it's basically the same. they're too short to shoot over that. You see, usually if you keep up your fighting, you can get your cooldowns to reset by the time you run into, or by the time you run out of the timer on your fetish army. And Big Bad Voodoo if you're using that as well. Now, if you notice, my damage isn't all that great. I am armor 3, and I am able to clear stuff and survive, but I just don't clear very fast with this build, and that's mainly because I don't have some better items. It's just kind of filler stuff for now. But once you get some of the other stuff, a lot of the top leaderboards, witch doctors are using this build. In fact, just about all of them are, I believe. So it's very strong. Real quick, I forgot to mention the spells I use, and these are, some of them are kind of interchangeable. You need obviously Poison Dart to go with the Carnevil, otherwise it doesn't have any effect. I use Piranhas with Piranhado to get, people in kind of a glob and just start wailing on them, plus it gives them the increased damage. They take increased damage from stuff. Spirit Walk just to survive. Fetish Army, of course, for fetishes. Big Bad Voodoo to just increase damage and mow through stuff faster, especially since I'm using the Starmetal Kukri, since I can get that cooldown back really, really fast. Gargantuan just to go with my Short Man's Finger. Pierce the Veil, just increase damage again, and since I'm not really spending mana, it's not a big deal. It costs more mana. Fetish Sycophants, obviously more fetishes, and Jungle Fortitude, just to reduce all damage because I'm in hardcore and I don't want to die, and same with Spirit Vessel, just to keep me alive, like last resort kind of thing. I've only popped it a couple times, and I would have been dead otherwise, so very, very important if you're in hardcore. You could probably replace it with something better if you're playing softcore and you don't care too much about dying. Anyway, that's what I'm working on. Try to do an update video once I start getting more of the pieces for Zuni Moss's Haunt and stuff like Dagger of Darts.